Everyone ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Woo! Wait! To all the good people all around the world, you are tuning in, listening to, absorbing, consuming the best podcast in the world today, and we
Where did this come from?
are just getting started once again. My name is Brian.
Oh, my name is Tevin.
And welcome to episode 4 of Unlocking Your Potential Excellence. You see, this podcast is all about bringing awareness to various topics to help educate the mind and guide anyone and everyone to finding your potential. Get this. To be excellent. Get this. In this world. Feel it? Feel that? That's a good intro.
Anyway.
Right? That's a good intro, that.
How you been today, Josh?
No, come on, that's not even.
Wait, did I even get introduced?
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, he needs a bigger introduction.
Introduce me,
A
fam.
grand introduction. Ladies and gentlemen. Please.
Mostly ladies, though. Mostly ladies.
Damn, that's sexy.
Mostly.
Oh, mostly.
Yeah.
Please give it up for the one, the only, the sire himself, Joshua Newby.
What is good? Good to be here. Good to be here. Lovely atmosphere. Lovely energy.
So before we get into the podcast, the people need to know who is Joshua Newby.
They don't know already?
Well, they do, but for the ones who that don't, that just
For the
got a
ones who
phone
don't
today.
know.
There's one, two that know?
No, they just got a phone
Yeah,
this morning.
hypothetically speaking. Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah.
I'm just that guy. That's all you really need to know. I'm that guy.
Fair. Brian, continue.
Yeah.
That's legit, eh?
I'm that guy.
Hobbies?
Too many to name. Like, yo.
Yeah.
All right, we got music, politics. That's like top two right there. Like that's all you really need to know. Like
Yeah.
music and politics. You know what I'm saying?
So let's
And
say
podcast too. You get me?
podcast.
Like,
Ooh.
hey.
Hey. So let's say we play this game called Roses and Thorns. So you're gonna name a good thing and a bad thing about your day, week, month, whatever's on your mind, and then you're gonna share it to the people. So any good thing or bad thing that's happened recently?
One of each.
One of each.
All right, a good thing that's happened recently. Today I was up in Orangeville. Shout out to all 4 of you that live up in Orangeville. It was
All
good.
4 of you.
Yeah, like it was an excellent experience. I just went up there to go clear my mind. Every so often you just want to like take a mental detox. Go up to some like secluded areas.
Yeah.
Ajax, Newmarket. And I'm disrespecting hella people that live up there. But yeah, like in relation to Toronto, you like what, 5 mans live up there? So like, yo, just go up there, clear your mind sometime. It was super rainy today, but like when it's on the hood of your car, it's so tranquil. So that was probably the highlight of my day that I came here, and then this was the highlight of my day. You feel me? One thorn. I have a 12-page essay that's due next week, Wednesday. I'm on a schedule. I'm about to write 4 pages until I add up to all 12. I did 4 yesterday. I have not completed the 4 today as of yet. So right now it's going to be a thorn. But after I finish those 4 pages, that's about to be a rose. You get me?
Secure the academic bag, you feel me? So now we know about a bit of your life. Let's go even deeper.
We going deeper.
Deeper. Not
Scuba dive. We scuba dive. Yeah.
Let's get into the 5 aspects of life, aka FEMS: financial, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. At a level between 1 to 3, 1 means you're barely doing it, 2 means you're sometimes doing it, 3 means you're doing it on a daily basis. You can use decimals if you need to. Financially, where do you think you're at?
10.
Wait, this guy broke the scale.
Yeah.
Emotionally, are you hanging out with the right people? Are you with toxic people? Are you with good people right now?
I'm hanging around the right people most of the time.
Most of the time. So what do you think that's at?
It's about it's like a 2 point. Because sometimes these shorties just out here like
2.89.
It's like a 2.89.
2.89?
2.893.
2.893? Wow. Mentally, so this is gonna be funny. So some stranger or a close friend comes to you on the street and looks at your shoes, says they're fake. Looks at your hat, says it's fake. Looks at your skin, it says it's fake. Calls you Merc. Calls you ugly. Says you got no style. Says you're not gonna go anywhere.
He gets it still. How you gonna take it?
How you gonna take it? Gonna like consume you?
To be honest, I'm actually gonna laugh. Because when you know yourself, anything that's not yourself is just funny to you. You just have to laugh at that still. Like, I know myself. You already see that. That's real gold. You already know what's going on. Come on now. Come on now.
Physically, where do you think you're at?
Physically? What is it? What's the highest again? 3?
3. So I'm guessing the mentally was a 3 as well.
Yeah, that's a solid 4 still. A solid 4. I had a good meal today. I'm content. I had an amazing meal today. I'm 6 feet 2 inches, but actually I lied. I did like an actual measure with the tape measure a couple weeks, like last week. I'm like 6'3", like right there, and I wasn't wearing no shoes. I'm like right there, like I'm 6'3". But you know, sometimes you just have to humble yourself. Like when you know you're that guy, you don't have to make everybody know you're that guy because they already know. So yo, I'm 6'2.5" still. I'm gonna just hug that. Humble.
Humble. Yeah. I respect that. Yeah. Spiritually, you know, believing in the unknown, seeing something in the far future, near future, saying that I'm going to accomplish that. No matter what anyone says, no matter what I'm saying, like the pessimistic side of me, I'm going to accomplish that.
So other than those 12 pages, I'm really about to get straight A's this year.
Yup.
Because I got law school to go to next year, and if I don't get these straight A's, that's going to be a shake. I got an LSAT that I got to write in like February. That's what I'm planning to write that. Yep. So I got to ace that. I lied. I'm going to ace that. Not I got to. I'm going to. Two different things, 2 different mindsets. Yeah, like I'm really out here. Spiritually, I'm like at a 25. I love God. God loves me. I already know that. So you see my skin. When you're spiritually inclined and up there, like your skin glows, fam. Look at that. I'm not even using this. I'm not even using no smart water on my face. You're like, that's just like natural glisten. You get me? When you listen, you glisten. That's what I gotta say about that.
It's tap water. It's in the bottle.
That's tap water?
Yeah, it's in the bottle.
That is so fraudulent.
But
it's Brian.
I got it from the school.
That's even worse. Not even your own tap. That's from your own cap.
Hold that. Anyway,
let's hop into the podcast. Let's hop into the questions. Tevin, take it away.
Okay, so today's podcast is gonna be like, you know, about how to treat women. Stuff like that, something you're very, you know, have a lot of information on, something you can bless us and bless those who are listening with that type of information. So that's just going to be the general baseline, but, you know, this conversation is going to go all over the place.
For sure.
So, Brian, let's start off with you, then go to our guest. What do you think is the best way to treat a woman? Very vague, but just delve into it.
It's all about giving that other person, that other women, the respect that they deserve, because it's all about because it's not just about just respecting anyone, but respecting that specific person and getting their specific needs. Because if you do not realize who you're messing with and realize that if you're not making the right decisions, then it's just gonna lead down a bad relationship path. Respect.
Yeah, like 100%. Yeah, like I agree with that. Like, at the end of the day, it comes down to reciprocity. So you can't just give no respect and expect respect back. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you respect women depending on how much they respect you.
Yeah.
Like this is the same with everyone. Like you have that base level of respect. That's like civil respect.
Yeah, like if you're a human, you get that.
Yeah, like you have like that human rights type of like common decency, right? Mm-hmm. And then like above that, I'll give you more depending on what you've done for me and vice versa. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to expect you to treat me like the King of England if, you know, I barely cracked you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of like, obviously there are instances where you can sense that there's something beyond that person. But by and large, like, I think most guys will treat you based on how you treat them. So, like, you know, if I have an essay coming up and you bless me at 1-2 notes, all right, like, you know, when the next essay is coming up, you can get a 3-4 notes. You feel me? Like, just like that. It's reciprocity. Like, you know, give some, take some.
Yep.
100%.
So
respect women.
So why do you think you guys have learned how to, like, respect women or you learn how to treat women? Where do you think you guys got that from?
So for me, it would most likely be because I grew up in an all-woman household. So I already learned from a young age that if you really want to get the love back, you have to give the love to them. You gotta respect them. You gotta be nice to them. You gotta realize that you have needs as well, but they have needs that are not as the same as yours. So it's all about finding that common ground and working with it.
100%. Like I was raised by predominantly women. Obviously, like not obviously, but like my dad was there. My dad was president, but I mean, like he was at work. My mom was at work a lot too. So like most of where I got my values on how to treat women is more so from my grandma, because my grandma was there. Like she was very instrumental in my early development stage. Obviously, like my mom and dad too. Like they'll come back from work, they teach me the ropes, but by and large, I was around my grandma, so she taught me a lot of the fundamentals when I was really young. And then when I applied those in the real world, I saw that they kind of weren't working in a respect, because like there was like a time difference. Like her perspective on how to treat a woman is based on how they're doing it back in like the 1940s, like whatever. My parents is based on like the 80s, whenever. Mine has to evolve and adapt based on their knowledge, but also practical experience that I've seen in the real 2019 life. You feel me? So,
Interesting.
yeah, like it's just been like a compilation of my past teachings, my real life experiences, and then the middleman between the two, kind of marrying those two worlds together. I think that's where my pocket is, trying to balance the ideal way of how to treat women and then actually how I've been conditioned to treat women based on my experiences, based on society, etc.
Interesting. So, how do you think that has changed throughout the years? Do you think it's gotten like easier to talk to women? Do you think it's gotten harder? Do you think it's like more nuance, less nuance, more direct, less direct?
It's an interesting question. It's gotten easier for some and way more difficult for others.
Okay.
All right, so like you see the saying, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Right? Yeah, it's like for mans who already knew how to talk to shorties back in the day, it's gotten so much easier with social media. Like way easier, right? Like I don't have to go to the mall, dress up, and holler at shorties at Yorkdale or Eaton Center anymore. Yo, if my Instagram is peng, I can slide in the DMs and theoretically have the same result. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I can swerve 12 shorties. Sorry, 12 ladies. 12 shorties, things. Nah. I can serve 12 women from the comfort of my own home within 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, like you would actually have to go to the mall. You'd actually have to like be in class, put on your penguins outfit and stuff like that. On the flip side though, if mans before didn't know how to talk to girls, I think it's gotten way harder just because they have, like women have way more options now than they used to.
Yeah.
So a girl who, in your opinion, might be like a 7 on the attraction scale, she has the same pickings that a 10 back in the day used to have. And so her head is as big as the 10 was back then. You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
Like, if a girl's feeling insecure, all she has to do is go on Instagram and go through her DMs. 15 mans, yo, you're paying, you're beautiful, you're shorty, what you're saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like the expectations of women has increased, I think. And for those men who don't know how to, quote unquote, exploit their expectations or know how to play the game, those guys are going to be left out the loop. Like, I know, like, one of my dudes right now, like, he's going through a super fit right now. Shout out to you. You know who you are. He's going through a super fit right now where he's, like, he's perplexed because he doesn't know how to move with the adapting, or he doesn't know how to adapt with the times when it comes to talking to girls.
See.
So he has, like, a lot of frustration with that.
Is it because, like, certain men don't have that foundational knowledge that they had prior? So now that with all this change that's going on, they don't have the ability to execute on the opportunities that are in front of them.
100%, yeah. Like, it comes down to, like, not only your parents. For me, and talking to girls and stuff, I think that my parents are only a fraction of the way that I've learned. I think a huge chunk of it is also my friends, too.
Yeah.
Like, because I never grew up with a brother. Like, I never had an older brother to show me the ropes.
Yeah.
So all the older male figures in my age group have been my friends and like my cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot from them throughout the years. But my friend, he grew up in a house predominantly of women. Like he grew up with his sister, grew up with his mother, his
You're the friend.
No, it's not him. He grew up with his sister.
No.
He grew up with his mother. His dad wasn't really around. Like he's around him now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of too late. Anyway, but like so and like a lot of the time, like his perspective on how to talk to women is based on Hollywood. It's based on media. It's based on like you know romance novels and all that kind of stuff that you're taught. But I might say something bit controversial, but like what I've been shown by women is that they don't respond the way that you might expect them to respond in romance novels to acts of romance. You get what I'm saying?
Delve into that.
Well, like, okay,
I think it went over some people's heads.
All right. So for those of you who are a little on the shorter side, basically what I'm saying is if you look at in the romance movies, right? You give a girl your validation, you give a girl your attention, and eventually they start to warm up to that, and they see that as, oh shoot, like this guy cares, like, you know, this guy likes me, you know, let me give this guy a shot. In the real world, from what I've seen, I'm not speaking really on experience because I don't really talk to girls, believe it or not. I'm saved. I'm a child of God. So my heart is with Jesus, you feel me? But from what I've seen is that when you do that, it actually repels a woman because it shows that, well, if you're showing me this much attention, if you're giving me this much validation off the bat, then it's like, is your value low as a male? Like, do you not have other options? Or are there not other women that you're talking to that you can do that with? Are you not attractive to other women? And if you're not attractive to other women, why should you be attractive to me?
Interesting.
You feel me? So I feel like it's kind of like, if like right here, right? Okay, we got 3 examples. My fault for you guys like listening on the audio, but just picture, to be honest, I can't even explain. I come over to the YouTube side. Anyway, so like, you got like 3 different things, right? Things, sorry. My background's Jamaican. I'm from Toronto. It's going to come out eventually. So we have 3 different objects, right? In the middle, this is affection. This is a guy. This is a girl. Why is a girl so big? Yo, shut up, bro. It's just an example. Why is a guy so small? It's just calm down. All right. So the more that attraction goes this way from one party, pushing the attraction, the other person is going to move that way. Same way this way. It's going to move that way.
Yep.
Whichever person has more attraction in the relationship, in the talking ship, whoever is more invested is naturally going to be in a position of weakness, not a position of power. And unfortunately, I think these days, relationships are more based on subtle power, power struggles more than ever before. Blame that on social media, blame it on feminism, blame it on men not being men or whatever. But I think men and women have more of a power struggle now than back in my parents' days. Because, my dad says something, my mom knows all gone. Even worse for my grandpa, even worse for my great-grandparents. You feel me? Right now, like, a guy says something and a shorty's, she's going to roll her eyes. She's going to give you a little 1-2 attitude. But to answer your question, I just answered your question.
I appreciate that. Now to delve into kind of what Brian said. Before that, Brian, why don't you give your answer?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? Because like
I already forgot what that was. Keep it a bean with you.
Because like I really agree with like Joshua said about how like there's not a lot of people don't have that foundational knowledge prior, so it's hard for them to execute on the opportunities in front of them.
Okay, true. So you're keeping with his tradition of not giving answers to questions. He's gonna top on what Joshua said, and because I don't remember the question, tough for him.
So y'all are gonna have to rewind that. Drop a comment. Give me your answer. I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, true. Bet. Yeah. Talk in the comment section.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hop into what Brian said now. You touched upon like different ways, understanding how the other party likes to be loved, understanding how the other party likes to receive affection.
I see.
I know you already forgot what you said, so I have to remind you real quick.
Yeah.
So let's delve into love languages now. What are some love languages that have worked for you? If you're not familiar with the love languages, I'll let our professor,
because I know
with the PhD.
I don't have a lot of experience.
How do you know? I know what love languages are.
Because I have little to no experience in the relationship thing, so I can't really.
Why, to be honest.
So can you explain to the
I
people
just found out what love languages are like. Oh, that's crazy. 19%?
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's crazy. I just found out about what love languages are like 2 weeks ago. Like I had a vague idea of what they were, but I actually sat down and like paid attention. I did like a test thing. My highest one is like spending time, like quality time. Then right after that, it's like, what are the 5? It's like quality time, words of affirmation, giving of gifts, and 2 other ones I think. Yeah, like giving of gifts was super low for me because I don't really care about material stuff like that. I already got it like that, so I don't need you to give it to me because I already got it. Words of affirmation, I already know I'm that guy, so I don't need you to tell me that I'm that guy because I already know it type thing. But I feel like if you're willing to spend quality time with me, then that's like, that's like big. Because for me, quality time in general, that's a commodity.
Okay.
And a very sparse commodity that we're just having that conversation. Like the older you get is the more expensive your time gets. You feel me? The more valuable it gets. Like we were talking like capitalism and all that kind of stuff, there's supply and demand. The supply level of time shrinks the older you get, and therefore the demand grows, and with the demand, its value. I'm 21 right now. Like the amount of time that I had to lend for free that I had in high school, way lower right now than it is. And it's gonna be way lower the older I get. It's gonna be increasingly lower. So, and that's the same for everyone. Well, everyone who's busy and like doing stuff with their lives and stuff. So yeah, like if you're willing to sacrifice some time, link with me for like an hour, 2 hours, chop it up. I don't even have to get a gift from you. I don't have to like hear you say anything like out of this world.
Yeah.
The fact that you're there, your presence alone, and depending on what content we're talking about, whatever, because like there's like subtext to things that you say.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be sitting down talking about like osteoporosis and tadpoles and frogs and stuff. Nah, like, we're gonna have like a deep convo. You feel me?
Yeah.
Although that can also be deep. Shout out my dad. We were talking about tadpoles the other day. But yeah, like if you're actually willing to sit down and have those deep, hard hitting convos, none of that what are we kind of talk, because that stuff is just like vexatious at certain points. Don't ask me what are we. Don't ask me what are we doing. Don't ask me any of that till I'm 25. Just calm down. Anyway, yeah, if you're willing to do that, then I know like, all right, you rate me on that way, on that level. I rate you on that way, on that level. Let's make something happen. Nothing too serious though. Like I'm not 25.
So like love language is a way to like help strengthen a relationship in a way.
Yeah. What are these? Are these
those are the love languages.
Yeah. So words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Yeah, I think for me, quality time and maybe acts of service. Yeah. Those are pretty high for me. Oh. Yeah, because like you can always give me words of affirmation, but if your actions are matching your words, like what is that?
Yeah, so like I guess let me just hop in that question a bit. I don't have a lot of experience, but I would say that it's all about effort, and whether that's effort in conversation, like you said, having those deep conversations, effort in remembering what they like and don't like, not for like whether it's like material items or just effort in so many areas of just like remembering what they like and they don't like. Just listening to them, because I feel like listening to your significant other just makes them feel like they're valued. Josh, why do you feel like so many men nowadays do have a bad history of treating women badly?
Is that even like an accurate statement? Is it a nowadays thing, or is it just like
nowadays thing? Like you would hear so many conversations from, I guess, girls saying why do men treat me like this? Bad relationships, like bad relationship history, and then guys saying why can't I get a girl? That whole thing. So what do you feel like is the problem between both parties?
People these days have too many options, and the more options you have, is the more picky you're gonna get naturally. Social media again, like I don't want to make it sound like it's a cop out answer, but like if you can choose from a pool of if you can have, let me think, 50 different sneakers, right? If your selection size is big, then the one that you do choose is gonna have to be so much better than the number 2 and number 3 place. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because like when it's a select, like if it's like 5 shoes, then like if you have like a pair of Blush 500 Yeezys, if you have a pair of Space Jams, Jordan 1s, some Silver Bullets, like all that stuff, right? Like there's gonna be that one shoe that really sticks out to you, whether because of the name, whether because of the design, etc. When you have to choose from every single Yeezy that Kanye's made, every single Jordan that's been, I don't know, Tinker Hatfield, whatever is made, like the number 1 and number 2, number 3, the top 5 have to be fire. Because that's a huge selection size.
It is.
When you have access to that many, bro, like gratification right now is so cheap because you can post a picture with your shirt off and get a quick 400 likes. You feel me?
Brian knows about that.
Brian knows all about that.
Brian knows all
a quick 400 and it's donezo. You get me? Like go on and look at 1-2 photo shoot and you get 4 bills right there. I don't know which man here goes on photo shoots, but that's kind of corny. But like That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, okay, what I'm saying is like, yeah, like, validation and stuff is like, easy to get, easy to come by. People have more options now than they have before. There's Tinder, Bumble, plenty of fish, like bare dating sites. But even before that, man's had what? eHarmony, Black People Meet, Christian Mingle, Match.com, you feel me? Why do I know about these? Because my mans make fun of it, not because any of us are on that. Don't even try that, you see? Anyway, but yo, yeah, like basically this comes down to that. People are getting pickier than they have been before. It's because they have a larger sample size to select from. And so before, people might have been easy to settle down and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, like let me just settle with this, let me just settle with that. And then eventually you grow to like really rate and love that person afterward. Right now, people, I think, kind of got it the other way. Like people want to love the person first kind of thing and then hop into it after. You know what I'm saying? Like not love, you know what I'm saying? But like have that strong attraction. Mm-hmm. But like these days, people have that same strong attraction for a good 2-3 people, and they have to try and juggle between the three. That's why people are so dissatisfied.
And then that's where the relationships kind of tumble into chaos. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Not even, like even before the relationship part, like even like, the talking stage is super dangerous right now. I don't think back in the day, like, was there even a talking stage back then?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, like,
that's deep. The whole like mentality of having a talking stage in our generation. Like, how do you think that affected?
I think
like people were saying, "Oh, we're just talking."
Like I haven't heard about that. Like when I was in, I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe it's just the pocket of existence that I was in at that era. But when I was in middle school, I never heard anybody say, "Oh yeah, they're just talking." I never heard that till like I hit high school. So just for some perspective, middle school for me, 11, 10. That was 2009 to 20. I was 13, 12, 11. So about 2011. Yeah, like around there, 9 to 11. Never forget. But yeah, like, that was that era for me. So I never heard anything about talking and all that till about maybe grade 9. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and coincidentally, that's around the same time that Twitter and Instagram started to get far larger than they are right now. I remember, I think I got Twitter because everybody was on Facebook, but I hopped on Twitter like around grade 9. Some of my friends hopped on after, but it was nothing near how big it is right now. And Instagram, I remember when I was on Instagram, I was still posting pictures of food. I haven't seen that in a long time. So, I don't know, maybe it's just like anecdotal stuff that I'm bringing up, and maybe my experience isn't your experience, but, drop a comment. Like, what was your experience like? Thank you.
Me personally, I don't really, like, understand the talking stage fully, like what it is or what it's even about.
It's amazing though.
So like,
it's amazing though.
No, because why do you say it's amazing? Because I don't really understand it, because it just seems like kind of like a cop out. Yeah, freedom, like little small commitment. Little small commitment, and that's why I think people like it.
That's blessed.
No, because like I heard
that's
about
Irie. That's Chris.
No, I heard about that when I got to high school too. Like when they're just talking. So when I hear that, I hear it as okay. Both parties are not fully committed with each other. Yeah, I feel like
you're testing the waters type.
Yeah, I feel like you're just testing it, but don't get your hopes up on any future.
That's the key, right? Don't get your hopes up.
That's what I.
You're 21, 22 in high school. Don't get your hopes up. It's not that deep. Once you're like 25, all right, like I can kind of understand where you're coming from. Your friend just got married the other day. You're getting baby fever in your tum and all. Like, all right. But yo, if you haven't even graduated university, college yet, your student debts are coming just now. You're really looking to get married. Nah, like ease up. It's not that serious. You have a good speck of time. Like you don't think about it too much. Like it's not that deep. Just relax, calm yourself. Sometimes you're just gonna take what you got and eat that, yo. You can't be going to the store and get it flipped over. Yo, I don't like this Big Mac. Why can't I get a poutine? Why can't I get a Whopper? Nah, you go to McDonald's, you get what's on the McDonald's menu. You don't go to McDonald's asking for a Filet-O. No. You don't go to McDonald's, asking for a Whopper, asking for filet mignon. Yo, calm down, brother. Like, calm down, sister. Like, you're young. Be young and enjoy your youth. You only have it once. And again, the older you get, the more expensive time is. Eat that. You just calm down. Seco, bro. Talk. Just talk. Yo. I'm not going through it. I swear I'm not going through it.
It sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Yeah. My God, it sounds like you're mad, Chris.
Yo. I
just,
can't show this to some people.
But just to look at the opposite end of the spectrum, I've always been someone that's kind of like, I don't really want to get into something unless like there's something deeper within it. Let's bring that type of perspective in there. What do you guys think that type of goal or that type of outlook is like fashioned in our type of generation or society? Like going into relationships with like having like a long-term mindset instead of like short-term type of mindset. How do you think that is in our like world?
I feel like it's not a good idea to have that short-term mindset because I've seen and heard too many people are down and sad about this guy or this girl, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like if you are serious of wanting to find love, even though love should kind of come to you in a way, having that short-term mindset, I'm just talking with this guy, because every single time you're just talking with someone, it leads to something that's not in your favor, whether it's heartbreak or anything bad. So I feel like if you're going to want to get into a relationship, it has to be with a long-term in the mind. You know what I mean? That long-term mindset of wanting to have a fulfilled and a successful relationship with your future or potential significant other.
I see it, it's crazy. I see the exact opposite way. I see the exact other way around.
Good conversation.
I see it
Good
like,
conversation.
this is how I see it. This is how I see it. Like, the reason why you get disappointed isn't because you're in the talking stage. It's because you were in the talking stage expecting it to not be a talking stage. If you're in the talking stage, at any moment, expect that text. Why did I do a phone? I don't think it's working out right now. I think we should see new people. Expect it at any moment.
Misunderstanding. Oh my god.
That's what the talking stage is for. It's just for fun. Like, it's not that deep. That's all I was just saying. It's not that deep.
You can't even call it talking stage. You're just having fun with someone.
Exactly.
Don't even call it talking stage.
That is the talking stage. You're just having fun. That's literally what it is.
That's the thing, because people don't understand that, it's just talking. So, oh my god, I'm talking with this person. I can lead to something big. But
it can, but don't have that expectation.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, if there's a lot of big misunderstanding from both parties, then someone's going to get disappointed.
That's at the end of the day, you need to communicate. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying one person's in the talking stage and another person's
like expecting
a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that. Definitely like communicate with your significant other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if both of you are like God-minded and Christ-minded and all that stuff, or whatever you subscribe to, I'm Christian. So like, if both of you are on that same level, both of you are God-conscious and stuff like that, those conversations need to be had, because like, if you're like in a spiritual organization, like if you're in a church or whatever, you can't be playing around like that, because that's mad awkward, fam. That can affect your salvation, you get me? You're coming to church, talking to that shorty, full well that shorty over there has something expected. You know what I'm saying?
The drama that's
super shaky. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're in the talking stage, just keep it at that. And if you want to exceed that stage, that's a conversation that has to be had. You feel me? If you're in the talking stage and you're not sure, then have a conversation about that. You get me? Like, you have to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say it because I know they're mad immature people, but you have to erect certain boundaries. You feel me? Like, plop up, put up, establish, boom, there it is. You have to establish certain boundaries, like in your talking shit. You feel me? So, are we talking to other people? Are we mutually exclusive? Like, mutually exclusive, like, you can get away with a lot in that whole mutually exclusive bracket of the talking stage. That's like that little Goldilocks area right before you guys are boom, like boyfriend, girlfriend. Yeah, like mutually exclusive is when like, right now, I know I really want to put these shoes on, but low key, that shoe over there is kind of sick at nighttime. You feel me? Like, the nighttime photography on that was kind of fire, but this one's a really good all-around kick. You feel me? So it's like, and I'm not comparing women to shoes, because I'm also saying this from a female perspective, so I'm also comparing men to shoes. So do not come for me before I don't even get down my Instagram. But yeah, that's just my perspective on that. I think that if you're both in the talking stage with the mindset that it's just a talking stage, it's just fun, that's all what it is, nobody's going to get disappointed. The only time it gets disappointing is when you put unfair expectations on the other person. That's it.